Soldiers loyal to former Army General Khalifa Haftar firing at rival militias near Benghazi. Haftar's troops control most of the city and eastern Libya. He and his fighters support the Tobruk government and parliament, which is in competition with another government formed by Islamist Libya Dawn rebels, who control a number of state institutions in the Libyan capital. Other institutions in Tripoli are controlled by a third body, the Government of National Accord, led by this man, Faiz Sarraj. The creation of this government followed a UN-sponsored agreement signed in Morocco more than a year ago. But the formation of its cabinet is still the subject of contention between parties to the agreement. Talks have continued in Libya, Tunisia and Egypt to try to end the stalemate. The inclusion of former General Khalifa Haftar was seen as key to that, but many in the talks reject him as an enemy and war criminal. Libya's chaos is compounded by dozens of smaller armed groups fighting turf wars and active in drugs, arms and human trafficking. New armed groups form every now and then. This week, former Libyan army officers and rebels announced the formation of a force they call Libya's National Guard. They pledged to remain neutral, to combat terrorism, protect civilians and curb illegal immigration. But the UN-backed government has condemned the move as illegitimate and detrimental to the country's unity. The conflict has destroyed Libya's oil-based economy, with a total deterioration in state services and a population left to fend for itself. Nearly 6 years since the fall of Gaddafi, Libya is still mired in chaos and bloodshed. Its unity is under threat as historic rifts between regions re-emerge, like in the case of Tripoli in the west against Benghazi in the east. In 2014, ISIL gained a foothold in Libya. It took the deployment of various forces airstrikes by Western powers and nearly 2 years of bloodshed to dislodge them from the strategic city of Sirte in the west. Meanwhile, Libya has become a corridor for smugglers, armed groups and illegal migrants. 500,000 migrants used Libyan shores to try to cross to Western Europe in the last 2 years. And the Western powers that intervened militarily to topple Libya's dictator in 2011 have so far failed to help bring stability to the country or prevent the spillover of its chaos across the Mediterranean. Mohammed Val, Al Jazeera.